Good day, my beautiful friends. So glad to see you here again today and be with you. And today is day 3 of our 5 days of soup. So we are working on another soup today. And the whole thing about this series is that you learn what you can do with the different Tupperware products. Always remember, the recipe can be your own. It can be whatever you want. I'm just showing you what I'm making here. So you can make vegan recipes, you can make vegetarian recipes, you can make carnivore recipes, you can do a lot of things in the products like the stack cooker and the pressure cooker that we've used so far. And today I'm using the stack cooker again. But just keep in mind that the whole thing is to show you what you can do on your own using the Tupperware products. So today we're going to be using the stack cooker because we are going to be browning some meat or cooking some meat before we put everything together. So we are going to do that with the stack cooker, and I'm going to turn this down so I can show you the parts to the stack cooker. There we go. So with the stack cooker, it is meant to stack cook just like this. And I have other videos on here that I have done. I've done videos, live cooking things on my VIP group where we have done stacked meals. So if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can go back through my channel and look at all the different videos for the stack cooker. And if you're on the group, remember, you can go back into the group files and look for it there. But you have a 3-quart bottom right here. Then you have a 1 3/4 quart section right here. Then you have a strainer just like this. It's got the slots in the bottom. Then you have a top that you can also turn over and stack cook a vegetable or a meat or something in the top as well. And then you have a cone just like this right here that you can put in the 1 3/4 quart and the 3-quart and make all sorts of recipes. So it just sets in the middle just like this. You work your way around it and you can see it sets in the 1 3/4 quart just like the same way. Make your way around it, and this is great. I love this thing. So we're going to set this aside because we're using the 3-quart bottom, and then we're going to use the 1 3/4 quart and the strainer to cook some meat. So today we're doing a white bean, cabbage, and sausage soup. Now most people at their homes, they have a roll of breakfast sausage. So I mean, we do, it's like a staple in our refrigerator and freezer all the time. So I'm going to be using breakfast sausage. And the one thing about sausage is it can tend to be greasy. So you want to let that grease drip out of there, and you want to be able to strain it and then put the meat into your soup so it's not all greasy. And that's what we're going to do. I have just a 1-pound package of breakfast sausage right here, and we're going to open this up. And then we're going to take the 1 3/4 quart with the strainer part, set those together, and then we're just going to take and put this sausage right here in the top, because we're going to cook this. This is a 1-pound package, so it's only going to take 6 minutes in the microwave to cook it. Now you can use other meats if you want to. You can use turkey, you can use hamburger, you know, whatever's your preference. But this one my family likes because of the breakfast sausage. So we're going to throw this away, wipe my hands off, and then we're just going to break this up a little bit in the top. And what's going to happen is when we cook this, all of that grease is going to drain down into that bottom section, so that way our soup will not be greasy. Now you can save it and put a couple of tablespoons back into your soup if you want to, you know, for that flavor. That's all up to you. But most of the time, like I said, it's greasy, so you want to get rid of that grease. So to this, we're going to add some onion and garlic, and we're going to cook all of this together. Now the amount of onion that you cook, really that's up to you, what you like, what you don't like. I've got 2 cloves of garlic here. And this is about a half of a small onion. And I'm using my little chopping prep here. And we're just going to give it some pull and cut that down a little bit. I still have 1 big piece in there. Give that another couple of pulls, shake that around. And there we go. I need to get another spatula here. Let me get my little one. And we're just going to take and put this on top of the sausage. Now this is a super fast, easy recipe. Really, really is. And what we're going to do is just brown this together, cook this together. Well, it's not going to get brown like it would on a stove. So just keep that in mind. But it's going to be cooked. It's going to be great. We'll just put that on top there and then get this off. Just like that. Set this aside. So that's all we have to do here. I'm kind of just pushing that onion down into the meat and that garlic, so it will cook. Now we're going to take the top, put that on here just like this. You don't want splatters all in your microwave. And I'm going to set this to 6 minutes, and then we're going to finish up with what goes into the 3-quart. So, you know, just stay right here. I'm walking to my microwave. Now also, because it's a sausage and a cabbage and white beans in here, I've just got a little cabbage right here. It's just a very small head. I'm not going to need the whole thing, but I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm just going to cut it up into strips just like this to go into the soup. Or you can cut it in cubes, however you want to do this, but I just like it this way. And then I'm going to turn this around, and then I'm just going to cut this part in half. Make them more bite size, I guess you should say. And like I said, that's just a small head of cabbage that I used half of. And we're going to take that and put that right in here. Kind of break that up so all of this will cook even. Now the 3-quart bottom, it holds quite a bit. And to that, we want to put in some beans. I didn't strain these. I need to strain this juice off. You can use cannellini beans. You can use Great Northern beans. You can use any kind of white bean. So let me strain this really quick. And we're just going to dump that in there. And then we're going to put a can of diced tomatoes. I need to find my Tupperware can opener. Now to use this, you're going to set it down flat on top. This is how it opens it. You're going to open it and then latch it. And then begin to turn. And that's going to give you a flat top on there. It breaks the seal. I was talking, could have heard the pop. But I'm going to go around twice because sometimes that little seal, that glue seal, doesn't really want to break loose. So there we go. And then you're going to take this little beak right there. I hope you can see that. And we're just going to put it up and then close it and then pull that off. So you have a flat top on here. And then there we're going to just dump that diced tomatoes in here. Like I said, this is like super easy, super fast, so it's not going to be a very long video today at all. But it gives you opportunity to see what you can do and how you can make your own soups. So to this, I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of oregano and basil and 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. And I am out, just about out. I got my half tablespoon there, so I'm going to have to do 2 of these of oregano. But I go through tons of oregano. And we need a half a teaspoon of basil. And then 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. Now, however you want to do your seasonings, that's quite up to you. It's what you like. It's what you like to eat. Do the recipe your way. Now the sausage is salty, so I would go easy on salting the whole dish. I'm just going to add just a touch in here. Not a whole lot. We're going to kind of mix this around. We could add a little bit more cabbage. I might go ahead and do that. So you see, I adjust my recipes as I go. You know, it may say one thing on the instructions, you know, but I might like more of something else, you know, and do that accordingly. So, like I said, it's your recipe. You do how you want it. Because I want this to be a hearty soup for my family, so when they eat, they feel full. I think that should be enough there. We're going to stir this around once again. And to this we're going to add some chicken stock. And our meat says it's done. The timer says it's done. So we are going to go get that out of the microwave and check it. Now remember to always open the lid away from your face. I know you can see that steam coming out of there. And then this is what it looks like once it's cooked. Maybe I can take this off and you see the bottom here. That's where all the fats and juices are. So like I said, if you want to, you can add a couple of tablespoons back into that. To season your soup. That's all up to you. But sometimes, like I said, sausage can be very greasy. So all I'm doing is just breaking this up a little bit. Smaller pieces. The sausage is done. Because on average you're going to cook meat in the microwave for 6 minutes a pound. Like if you have a whole chicken, you know, it's 4 pounds, so that's 6 times 4 is 24 minutes. Bump it up to 25 minutes. Check it there, you know, make sure you check the temperature around the thigh and everything. And then if you need a few minutes, I would just do a few minutes at a time. And then that way you do not overcook your meat and it turns out dry and hard. Everybody thinks because you cook in the microwave, you just blast everything on high power, and that's not true. So if you learn to check your time and how you're cooking it, you can have it that way the next time you cook it, and it's perfect every single time. So we're going to put that over there. And then take our 3/4 bottom here. And then just take and put this in here. That steam is just coming up from that meat and fogging up my glasses. And you can see this is making a rather large thing of soup. But keep in mind that the cabbage is going to cook down. It's just like lettuce or anything else that you cook. It's going to cook down. Let's stir that together. So we're going to have this soup done in, what, 30 minutes? Because it's 6 minutes to cook the meat, and then while that's cooking, you're going to finish off doing your cabbage and your onion, your tomatoes, and everything else that goes in it, your seasoning. So by the time your meat's done, it's ready just like it was here to go to the next step. So we have this right here. If you want more broth, you can add a little bit more broth. But like I said, that cabbage is going to cook down some. It's going to wilt. And from here, we're going to put the top back on, just like this. And then we're going to put this in the microwave. I'm going to set it for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to check it at the 15-minute mark to see how the cabbage is, if it's wilted down enough to where we like it. If you want yours a little bit, you know, more crunch to it, you can do a little less time. If you want it softer, add a few more minutes time on there. So I'm going to set this for 15 and then see how the cabbage is, and if I need to, I'll go another 5 minutes. So we will be back in just a split second for you, but about 15 minutes for me. So stay right here and I will be right back. Okay, so I have let this cook for 15 minutes. We're going to take the top off and check it and see how it's doing. If it might need a little more time, it may not. So let's open this top away from our face because it is boiling hot. And I'm going to get a spoon. I think that cabbage is cooked enough in there. We're going to stir this around. Just look at that. I hope you can see this. Ooh, it's hot. Put that a little bit closer where you can see. If you want your cabbage a little bit softer, go ahead and put it in for 5 more minutes. But I think I'm just going to leave it right here. And we are going to go ahead and put this up in a nice bowl for you, show you what it looks like. Oh, my glasses are fogging. But that thyme, oh man, I could smell that thyme. I could smell the onion. I can smell the spices and everything that we put in there. It smells, oh, so good. So good. I wish you guys could come over and eat with me. So we are going to plate this up, show you what it looks like. And see, we took all of that grease out, so the soup is not greasy. It's just basically broth in there. I like tomatoes too, so I'm going to put a little bit more tomato on mine. But there you go. There you have it. That is our cabbage, white bean, and sausage soup right there. It smells oh so good. Let me put you back up here where I can see you and talk to you. But this just looks amazing right there. Let me put this back down. I got it way up there, don't I? Here we go. There we go. But this just looks so good. Smells so good. I'm going to taste a little of the broth because this is like boiling hot. Just boiling hot. Taste it. Adjust your seasonings from there. See how salty it is. If you want pepper in it. If you want anything else in it. That's good there. Because it's got that sausage flavor in that broth. Ooh, hot. Hot. Very hot. But that's it for today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. It just goes to show that Tupperware cooking can be very easy in the microwave. You can do a lot of this without ever having to turn your stove on. And you can see, I very seldom turn my stove on. I do cook on my stove, don't get me wrong, I do. But a lot of the time, I'm cooking in the stack cooker or the pressure cooker, and it just saves me more time. It saves me, you know, a lot of less steps and everything, just doing it in there. I love to do it. So, and it doesn't heat up my kitchen. Now, I understand it's fall coming and you want that smell just going through your house. But trust me, it will go through your house even if it's cooking in the microwave. So, if you'd like to know more about the Tupperware products, please get with me and I'll be glad to share with you how to use it, how you can get your own. If you have a recipe and you're not sure how to break it down using like maybe the stack cooker or the pressure cooker, you may have one and you need to say, hey, how do I break down a normal recipe to use it in my Tupperware product? Get with me. I'll be glad to go over the recipe and share with you how to break that recipe down and what would be the best thing to cook it in. So if you have that question, you can always comment below or you can message me on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook. I will put that down in the description below. I'm going to put a link up at the top here. Try to get that in to connect this with our Tupperware soups and the stack cooker so you can go back and look. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button so every time I put a video up, you will be notified of what's going on with Tupperware because it's always something new. Always, always. Plus, if you follow my business page, you will see what sales and things are going on over there as well. Lost my breath there for a second. But you guys be blessed, and I am so glad I got to spend some time with you. Come back tomorrow and Friday and we will finish up our 5 days of soup with some more Tupperware pieces. I'm actually going to do one with the Smart Multi-Cooker, and it's an Asian flair, so you want to be back to watch that soup. So just come back tomorrow. Just come back. I'll enjoy spending time with you. So you guys be blessed, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.